The next question is, give me an example of how you grow a great engineer with communication problems. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. In a previous role, I managed an engineer who consistently delivered high-quality work. However, they had significant communication challenges. For instance, their feedback during code reviews was often perceived as overly harsh or dismissive. And in meetings, they struggled to clearly articulate their ideas or consider others' perspectives. Recognizing the situation, I scheduled a private one-on-one meeting to address the issue. I started by emphasizing their immense value to the team and their technical contributions. I then gently highlighted the specific communication challenges, using concrete examples to illustrate how their style was unintentionally creating tension. I asked for their perspective, actively listening to their views about why they communicated the way they did and what challenges they faced. This made the discussion a dialogue rather than a directive, helping build trust and buy-in for change. Together, we developed a plan for improvement. First, I provided them with actionable resources for effective communication in technical environments. I also encouraged them to attend workshops on giving and receiving feedback. Second, I paired them with an engineer who excelled at communication to serve as a mentor. This pairing allowed them to observe best practices and discuss how to handle challenging interactions. To create opportunities for safe practice, I suggested they lead internal tech talks. I worked with them to prepare these presentations, focusing on how to structure their ideas clearly and anticipate audience questions. These sessions helped build their confidence and showcase their expertise in a more approachable way. Over 6 months, I observed significant progress. They started softening their tone in code reviews, framing suggestions as opportunities for improvement rather than critiques. In meetings, they made a conscious effort to actively listen, ask clarifying questions, and invite input from others. Why does this work? 1. Detailed context. The response provides clear examples of the communication issues and their impact on team dynamics, making the situation relatable and showing your awareness of team morale and productivity. 2. Constructive feedback. Addressing the issue in a private and respectful manner while highlighting the engineer's strengths demonstrates emotional intelligence and effective leadership. 3. Actionable plan. The tailored development plan, which includes mentoring, resources, and low-stakes practice opportunities, shows a thoughtful and structured approach to fostering growth. 4. Evidence of improvement. Detailing the engineer's behavioral changes and their subsequent positive impact on the team highlights the effectiveness of the strategy and provides a satisfying resolution. 5. Lasting impact. Demonstrating how the engineer transitioned into a mentoring role reinforces your ability to not only address immediate challenges, but also foster long-term growth and team alignment. What you should avoid. 1. Focusing solely on the problem. Avoid framing the engineer as difficult without emphasizing their strengths. This can make you seem critical and unempathetic. 2. Neglecting specifics. Don't be vague about the communication challenges or the actions you took. Specific examples help illustrate your leadership skills and decision-making process. 3. Implying a top-down approach. Avoid suggesting that you imposed changes unilaterally. Highlighting collaboration and mutual respect is critical to demonstrating effective management. 4. Blaming the team. Don't suggest that the issue lay entirely with the team's inability to understand the engineer. This deflects responsibility and undermines your role as a leader. 5. Skipping the outcome. Failing to mention the positive results of your intervention weakens the impact of your story. Ensure you close the loop by showing how the situation improved. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. The next question is, tell me about a time when there was a sudden change of requirements and how you handled it. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. During the development of a feature for a customer-facing product, we were 3 weeks into a 6-week sprint when the product manager informed us that customer priorities had shifted drastically. A competitor had released a similar feature, and we needed to pivot to include additional functionality to stay competitive. The sudden change risked derailing our timeline and team morale. I immediately organized a meeting with the product manager and my team to understand the new requirements, why they were critical, and how they aligned with the broader business goals. Once I had a clear understanding, I worked with the team to evaluate the impact of the changes on our current sprint goals. We conducted a quick reassessment of the work already done and identified pieces that could be reused or adjusted to meet the new requirements. Next, I collaborated with the product manager to reprioritize tasks. Some less critical items were deferred to later sprints, and we focused on the high priority aspects of the new functionality. This adjustment helped ensure that our efforts aligned with the most pressing business needs. To address the impact on the team, I acknowledged the challenge of pivoting mid-sprint and emphasized our collective commitment to delivering value to customers. I encouraged open dialogue about concerns or risks and made sure everyone understood the reasoning behind the shift. I also set clear, achievable milestones to maintain momentum and avoid burnout. As a result, we delivered the adjusted feature on time with the highest priority functionality implemented. The remaining lower priority features were completed in the following sprint. By maintaining transparency and involving the team in decision making, we not only met the new requirements, but also sustained trust and morale. Why does this work? 1. Proactive and solution oriented. The response shows you didn't just react, but took structured steps to address the issue, including reassessment, reprioritization, and collaboration. 2. Focus on communication and team morale. Acknowledging the challenge and involving the team in decision-making demonstrates empathy and leadership, critical in managing sudden changes. 3. Emphasizes results and alignment. Delivering the high-priority functionality on time while planning for deferred work showcases both adaptability and focus on long-term goals. 4. Specific example with tangible outcomes. The example includes concrete actions like reprioritizing tasks and organizing milestones, making the story relatable and actionable. What you should avoid. 1. Blaming others. Avoid placing blame on the product team or customers for the sudden change. It suggests a lack of professionalism or a blame-shifting mindset. 2. Overwhelming negativity. Don't focus solely on the disruption or frustration caused by the change. Instead, emphasize how you turned a challenge into an opportunity. 3. Lack of specifics. Vague answers like, "We just adjusted and moved on," don't provide insight into your problem-solving process or leadership style. 4. Ignoring team dynamics. Failing to mention how you communicated with your team or managed their morale may make it seem like you prioritize tasks over people. 5. Overpromising unrealistic outcomes. Avoid suggesting that you delivered everything without compromise or impact. It can come across as either inauthentic or unrealistic. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. The next question is, how do you balance process versus execution? For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. Balancing process versus execution is essential to achieving both short-term results and long-term scalability. In my experience, the key is assessing the maturity and needs of the team and tailoring the balance accordingly. In one project, my team was tasked with launching a new feature for a high-profile client under a tight deadline. Initially, I observed that we were spending excessive time debating the process, how to document the requirements, set up workflows, and follow detailed steps. While processes are critical, the immediate focus needed to shift toward execution to meet the deadline. I quickly adjusted by introducing a lightweight process for that project. We agreed on clear priorities, defined roles, and ensured regular check-ins to avoid bottlenecks. Instead of formal documentation, we used a shared online document for requirements and decisions. This streamlined approach allowed the team to focus on delivery without feeling overwhelmed by bureaucracy. After the feature was delivered successfully, I reviewed the process with the team during a retrospective. We identified areas where a more structured approach could prevent missteps in future projects, such as better backlog grooming and standardized post-launch documentation. This iterative approach ensured the process evolved naturally without sacrificing execution. Over time, I've learned that process and execution are not mutually exclusive but complementary. For example, in a more mature or scaling team, robust processes can prevent execution from becoming chaotic. In a newer or smaller team, overloading with process can stifle creativity and agility. Why does this work? 1. Demonstrates flexibility. The answer highlights your ability to adapt based on context, showing that you're not rigid in favoring either process or execution. 2. Real example. Using a specific scenario helps make your point concrete, showing how you balance the two effectively. 3. Results oriented. By focusing on the successful delivery and the lessons learned, it demonstrates your ability to achieve short-term goals while building for long-term success. 4. Acknowledges nuance. Discussing how team maturity impacts the balance shows strategic thinking and a deeper understanding of team dynamics. What you should avoid. 1. Being absolute. Avoid statements like, execution always comes first or process is always more important. Such rigid views can suggest a lack of adaptability. 2. Overcomplicating with jargon. While process details are important, avoid overloading the answer with buzzwords like synergize workflows without explaining their relevance. 3. Blaming process or execution for failures. Don't frame your answer in a way that suggests process or execution is inherently flawed. The balance is situational. 4. Omitting results. If you don't tie your story to a specific outcome, the answer risks sounding theoretical rather than practical. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. The next question is, can you give an example where you demonstrated leadership even if you weren't the team manager? For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com. Here's a good answer. In my previous role as a senior engineer, I was part of a cross-functional team tasked with building a data visualization platform. The project had high visibility and a tight deadline, but the absence of a clear team manager created confusion around decision-making and task prioritization. Early in the project, I observed misalignments in the team's goals and approaches, leading to inefficiencies. I decided to step up and guide the team to success. To begin, I facilitated a team meeting to identify the bottlenecks and gaps in our process. I proposed breaking the project into smaller milestones and drafted a roadmap outlining deliverables, owners, and deadlines. I shared this draft with the team and sought feedback, ensuring it was a collaborative effort. I also recognized that communication was a pain point, especially as the team included members from different departments with varying work styles. I suggested weekly check-ins and implemented a shared document to track progress and address blockers in real time. This increased transparency and helped us stay aligned. Additionally, I acted as a bridge between the engineers and stakeholders by summarizing technical updates in a way that non-technical stakeholders could easily understand. One specific challenge arose when two engineers disagreed on the choice of a data visualization library. I mediated by organizing a session where each presented their rationale, and I encouraged the group to weigh trade-offs like performance, scalability, and ease of implementation. This approach fostered collaboration and resulted in a well-informed decision. By stepping into a leadership role without a formal title, I ensured the project stayed on track and the team delivered a high-quality product on time. The effort earned me recognition from both peers and management, who appreciated my ability to lead through influence rather than authority. Why does this work? 1. Demonstrates leadership by example. This answer shows how you identified a gap in leadership and proactively filled it, which is a key trait of a natural leader. 2. Collaborative approach. Seeking input from the team and stakeholders demonstrates inclusiveness, which builds trust and ensures buy-in from all parties. 3. Conflict resolution. By highlighting a specific challenge, such as resolving disagreements, you showcase your ability to mediate and make decisions for the team's benefit. 4. Results-oriented. Ending with the successful outcome provides a clear impact of your efforts, emphasizing that your leadership added tangible value. What you should avoid. 1. Claiming authority. Avoid implying that you undermine someone else's leadership or assumed control without consensus. Focus on leading through collaboration and influence. 2. Criticizing others. Do not highlight others' failures as a justification for your actions. Frame it as you identifying an opportunity to contribute. 3. Being vague. Avoid generic statements like, "I help the team align." Instead, provide specific actions and outcomes to make the example memorable. 4. Overstating the impact. Be honest about the scope of your contributions and avoid exaggeration, as it could raise credibility issues. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowsy8.com.